What's going on with your boy Andrew the Beast Tyson?
Sean Crixus Allen, formerly The Potential. Yeah. We changing everything, bro. This is Ronin Talk, episode 2.
Episode 2.
Ben Askren, Mighty Mouse. Let's talk about some of these Ben Askren tweets. He made Twitter interesting again.
I thought this was a joke when you sent it to me.
No.
I legit was like, what are you saying? This is foolery. They can't trade people to other countries.
Which is literally what they were doing.
Send a man to a different continent and it's okay?
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh no, wait. They really sent him to China.
Yeah, legit. All right, this is one of my favorite ones. There's no scandals.
So this is Ben Askren's tweet.
This is Ben Askren tweeting. Right. So he said, 165 will be a division. UFC just need a star to start it. Like Rousey for women's 135. Well, they got a star. Take that shit to the bank.
So when they say they got a star,
he's saying he's the star.
So they're saying, oh, okay. Because I meant Notorious.
No.
I thought you meant McGregor.
No. Ben Askren.
You're not a star.
He's not. But he said once. First of all, I've been a huge advocate for 165 for the obvious reasons.
I'm gonna say, let me make sure we're on the same page. I am a huge fan of Ben Askren. I knew who he was before most people in MMA did because he was a college wrestler, Olympic wrestler at Mizzou, teammates of Woodley, but he's not a star. And I've wanted to see him in the UFC a long time, but he's not a star.
He's not a star, but I do think he would be a good guy to start 165. I think 165 is an important division. Yeah. I think that's a division that can legitimately work.
And he would be a huge 65er because he wasn't a small 70-pounder.
Nope.
Him versus Nate Diaz would be a smart move.
Yeah.
If they're actually gonna make that division, that is a smart move.
100%.
But I don't know. It didn't sound like Dana White was very.
Dana doesn't want more divisions. He doesn't want more divisions, but I think 165 for the health of a lot of 55ers and 70s is a.
Well, you have to eliminate the 70 division and make it 75.
Yeah, you have to.
And that actually makes sense to me.
It does. 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85.
And then, dude, the 205 I think is okay, but
for now, yeah.
Every 10 pounds makes sense, just like because in college wrestling it's like that. In boxing, it's I don't know how many divisions in the first 10 pounds.
Yeah.
So. Realistically, it's not out of this world, but they're doing good with the program they have, and I get why they don't want to mess with the rest.
No, they're doing good, but could they be doing better?
No, I agree.
Like when we're out of title fights, like is more divisions really the end of the world?
When they took away being able to use the IVs for weight cutting, I definitely rate this decision.
Yeah.
But he didn't seem very big on it. And then, like I said, you have to make 170, 175, which Woodley was talking about leaving the division, which I think that extra 5 pounds would make him stay.
Yeah. Woodley wanted to leave. Till wanted to leave. Well, Till is leaving. Till's like he's done.
But also at the same time with this discussion, this tweet, you don't need to make a new division, bro. There's more than enough smoke for you at 170.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't need
more than enough smoke. You don't need to fight a bunch of 155ers, bro. Because that's what you're going to get is a bunch of 55ers who aren't comfortable making weight.
Speaking of smoke and 55ers,
I want to see you at 170.
He tweeted Khabib.
I would love that.
He said, and Team Khabib, I'll meet you at 165 to determine the best MMA grappler on planet Earth. You just name the time and send location.
Perfect idea for him. As a fan of wrestling, grappling, I love it. It's not going to happen. Khabib's talking about boxing, right?
Well,
Khabib is the ultimate hypocrite. He wants that Mayweather money. His manager is talking nonsense now. You beat a guy who was drinking whiskey at the press conference and was off for 2 years, and now you think you deserve all the money.
Yeah.
But he's not going to take that.
Well, Team Khabib.
That's a terrible idea for Khabib.
Team Khabib tweeted out that they're working on GSP versus Khabib.
Yeah.
Abel, whatever his name is. No, Abel, his manager.
Oh, Ali Babadiza.
Yeah, whatever. The tongue twister.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He said, hey, we got big news that's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, this is...
So,
I get... For him, that'd be great. Khabib's not doing that.
No.
You have a bunch of guys, and then you can just simply rematch McGregor for easy money. Let's be real. Now, I do think McGregor, when he fought Alvarez, was a much better version of McGregor, and we might have seen a different fight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like... If unless McGregor gets really good in the next 6 months, that probably is looking like an easy money rematch for Khabib. There's no reason to fight Askren.
Yeah. Well,
and to go up to 65. Why?
Well, Tony, I feel bad because that leaves Tony in limbo.
No, and it sucks. But once again, if you're Khabib, you have no reason not to fight Mayweather or Conor.
Fair.
Other than Dana White stopping you from the Mayweather thing.
Yeah, which he will.
I think the Conor fight is a better looking fight than Tony. I'm sorry. And how many times have they tried to make that fight?
What, twice now?
No, it would be the 4th time. It would be the 5th time. They both dropped out twice. They've made that fight 4 times.
It's been that many times.
Both of them have dropped twice.
Okay.
Injury and weight for
Khabib. Oh, yeah.
2 injuries for Ferguson. So yeah, fifth time to make that fight.
Okay.
I want Conor, and Conor wants him.
Yeah. Well, Conor did say he'll take either him or someone else in the top 5.
Let's be honest, it's him and GSP. If he's fighting MMA, it's GSP or Conor. It makes no sense to fight Ben Askren.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Makes no sense.
Ben Askren did go in on Nate Diaz, and he said, and Nate Diaz 209, you can't keep waiting on your sugar daddy.
That's real talk.
Sugar daddy. He is his sugar daddy. To make you some more money. If Big Bro lets you out of the house and you're feeling funky, holler at me.
I love that fight. I love the idea of that.
I love that you're sugar daddy, because it's true, bro.
It's a good fight for the mainstream fans. It's a good fight for the underground fans. And if there's a 65 division, that I love that fight. That is a very realistic fight.
It is.
That could happen.
Because it's going to be interesting. Nate's good off his back, and Nate realistically is going to spend a lot of time on his back fighting Ben Askren. So like that puzzle is going to be fun.
It's just an interesting fight.
Yeah. Then he went on to his brother. He says, "Hey, Nick Diaz 209, word is you blew all your money and you need to fight again. I realize you haven't won a bout since 2011, but people still seem to think you are good. I'm willing to show them otherwise."
I think that's an easy fight for him. I think it's another good fight for the UFC.
I think
that fight makes perfect sense to me too.
Yeah.
At 170, for the underground fans and all that. I think that's an easy fight for him, and that's no disrespect to Diaz. Styles win
fights, man. And if you look at Diaz, he has problems with guys that have that grinding.
Same with both Diaz's do.
Yeah.
They both have trouble with heavy top wrestlers. I think that's an easy fight. Nate to me is a tougher fight just off age and activity.
Yeah.
I don't know what Nick is doing right now.
Chilling.
Oh, that's not
Chilling.
good.
No, that's legit.
Next.
He said, but George St. Pierre, please be specific. Ambiguity? What the?
That was good.
What is that?
That's ambiguity.
Ambiguity sucks. I know you like a challenge, and I am a puzzle you have never solved yet.
That's a great fight for him. GSP's not doing it.
No point.
It's let's be honest.
He named him again. Yeah.
So overall, what fight do you think is most realistically going to happen for him? Not just the best fight for him, but what fight do you think is the one that's going to happen? Who is going to be his first fight?
Honestly, I really feel like, although Darren Till's leaving the division, I feel like Darren Till will give him some smoke.
So you think he'll stay at 70 to give him the smoke?
I think he'll stay at 70 to take that fight, and then after that, bounce to 85. To be honest, I don't
think that's the number one option because of the back and forth on the tweets.
Him or Perry. Because here's the thing,
he already disrespected Perry.
I get that, but here's the problem, dude. For someone who's talking so much shit, everyone's been like abnormally quiet.
Well, yeah.
No. Like, here's the thing, everybody is very, very, very quiet on the whole Ben Askren thing.
So my opinion of why I think it is very high possibility that he fights Nate Diaz is because it kind of segues into the next part of this, which is Demetrius Johnson. You can't give away one of your all-time pound-for-pound greats who defended the belt more than anybody.
Yeah.
Lost one time to a guy he already beat and had a broken foot, and then give him guys like Mike Perry. You can't make that trade and then basically put him on the bench.
Well,
that's basically what you're doing.
No, I get that. You know what I mean?
Like,
well, I'm basing it off
Mike
of...
Perry is Mike Perry, and even the Darren Till thing. I don't think you can give him a guy who just came off a loss.
Well, he said that he was getting a top 5 guy.
He's still in the top 5 anymore.
Yeah, he's still, of course, he just challenged for the title. You can't drop out of the top 5 just because you lost your title fight.
Well, remember, he wasn't supposed to get the title shot. Somebody got injured, and he stepped up. It was a short notice. So he might still be. You're right.
Check, but I think he's like 3. I think he's like number 3, 4. Somewhere in that realm, right?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. No one, when Conor talks shit, everyone jumps on the whole Conor thing. Ben's talking all this shit and everyone's being super quiet, bro.
Yeah, because
they know what's up.
And another thing is, a lot of the guys he's calling out, they're just not gonna waste their time because he's not big. Because like I said, he's too tough of a fight and he's not a champ. All these other guys are money fights, and the 3 of the guys he's talking about are all in the mix with each other. Yeah. They have no reason.
So realistically, who do you
I like the Nate Diaz. I think the Diaz thing,
but Diaz was adamant about being at 55. Because remember, him and Poirier were gonna fight this Saturday.
But he's the one who was talking all this 65 nonsense, and you're the one who had no problem fighting twice at 170. Now, man, the 70 division is a weird place where, like, who's next for Woodley, right? That's another big question because that eliminates somebody.
There's no definitive number.
Am I wrong for saying that they should be fighting each other? as the first fight?
No.
Am I wrong for saying that after what Woodley did, and for not only just hardcore fans, but you could make one hell of a backstory of Askren versus Woodley. I mean, if the UFC wants to, if they bring up that history,
but then what happens is, does Woodley go back to top team? Because Askren's been with Rufus forever.
Well, they both have been, right? And he's,
Askren's been at Rufus longer.
But this is the thing, like, at the end of the day, Askren was calling for his shot in the UFC a long time ago. Like, what do you want it for if your teammates, like, who are you planning on fighting? Right? So at some point, you guys, like, it's going to happen.
Is that why, do you think that's why he's making this push for 65?
I think that's another reason, but yeah, I think it's, I think out of respect, he's avoiding that name, but like, Woodley just really did something to the division with what he did to Till, with what he did to Damian Maia. Usman is obviously a dark horse in that division, but once again, like, I don't think you can trade Demetrius Johnson and make that fight.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a fan favorite fight, and it can turn out to be an extremely boring first fight.
Yeah.
You have to give him somebody dangerous.
Yeah.
You have to give him somebody that if he does his usual thing, which isn't entertaining, you're still impressed. That, like, what Khabib did isn't always entertainable, but when he does it to certain people, you're impressed.
Yeah, it's like, right? Oh my god.
When he does it to other guys, you're bored, but when you watch him do it to certain people, you're impressed. Like what he did to Edson Barboza.
Yeah.
That's why the Ally Quinto fight that got him the belt was considered less entertaining. Mm-hmm. You did the same thing, but we just were more scared of Edson Barboza than Ally Quinto.
Yeah, realistically.
I think you have to give him a Woodley. Like, who else is really left in the division? Like, Till, if he wants to stay around, but if Till's not staying, then he's not staying. Yeah. That's a horrible fight to make then.
Wonder Boy and Lawler are fighting in January.
Oh man,
that fight was made back in.
That is a love. Those two would have been lovely first fights. So right away, I mean, and who is Woodley talking about fighting next? What's the talks after surgery?
He wanted a super fight. There's nothing right now.
That sounds pretty super to me.
I don't disagree.
The guy who you've openly talked about, helped you in your wrestling career in college. You guys have known each other from the state of Missouri. Shout out to Missouri, you know what it is. Like, you guys trained together at Rufus. The guy's never lost a fight. I mean, how many super fights are really left for Woodley? That, like, is George St. Pierre coming? Probably not. Is Khabib coming? No. Is Conor? What super fights are there? Yeah. Even Whitaker winning and then them two fighting isn't really a super
that's
fight.
not.
So for both,
when you guys watch this video, please tell me who remembered Whitaker was actually middleweight champion.
I know.
I hate to be
say that all the time, and people are like, "Oh yeah," I'm like,
"Yeah." Like who remembers that?
Because you know what I mean. You know how I know that is how many times I bring up how Khabib proved wrestling is king. You know my opinion on this. Because the only champ now left in the UFC who didn't start off as a wrestler is Max Holloway. And every time I'm going through the list, we get to 85. I'm like, Whitaker. They're like, "Oh yeah, Whitaker was a champ," and then they're like, "He wrestled." I'm like, yeah, people know nothing about the guy. So talented.
Well, the thing is too, he's from Australia. Like, look at where most of these champs are from. They're from nations that which people will more closely follow.
Yeah. And so,
you know what I mean,
what fight is left for either one of them? And I'm sorry if I'm I don't know what Dana White's opinion on all this is, because the way they were beefing back and forth, I think that the rumor that they're going to get rid of the 125 division makes all the sense now.
It does, because the thing is,
all the sense
you take a division that can't hold its own pay-per-view. When they did the 4-man tournament for the inaugural champ, no one really cared. Only the hardcore fans from Japan were watching Ian McCall. Yeah. You know what I mean? Granted, look, Ian McCall and Demetrius put on wicked
and
fights.
And Demetrius lost to Cruz, so even when he won, it was like the division always had that cloud over.
So the little light rumor that's floating around is that they're actually just going to give one all their 25ers.
I think they have to.
And then have Cejudo and Dillashaw fight.
Well, Cejudo doesn't seem to want to stay at 25. I don't think you can make the cut consistent.
The older you get, trying to get to 125 pounds. No.
So already a division that was kind of, I don't want to say watered down, but he cleared everybody out.
Yeah.
Then Cejudo wins and doesn't want to stay there. It's like the division will never be the same.
And they don't have a lot of guys in
It's over. I think it's for sure done. I think because why would you give him up unless you don't want that division to live? Like, there's nothing left now.
Yeah.
With Cejudo and him gone, I don't care who wins that belt now.
So and then here's another thing. It would make sense for Cejudo and Dillashaw to unify, because who's Dillashaw going to fight at 35?
No, that's a perfect fight for him too. Everything else in a rematch, that's a perfect fight for him too.
Yeah.
So I think that tells you
the only person that anyone could campaign for is like Marlon Moraes.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
That's a valid.
That fight's happening.
It is gonna happen.
That fight's happening.
But that's the only guy. So I think in order to make it make sense, Cruz needs to stop chilling. Cruz versus Moraes.
Too many injuries, man.
But he keeps talking about fighting. He keeps saying he wants a title shot.
The injuries are the injuries, right?
Yeah.
So what can you do about that? But at the same time, For Morales, it's literally you have to be a hardcore fan to make that case. If we're talking about money, pay-per-views, entertainment, yeah, you have to because it's the only thing. He's a All-American, Olympic gold medalist, just beat one of the greatest of all time, and then with this trade, it makes it that much more interesting
100%.
now that he doesn't have a division. Like
100%.
You know, now you're coming up to 135. So I personally can't think of anybody better than Woodley, and I can't think of anybody better than Askren for Woodley.
I can't disagree with you.
I don't know what's left at the division.
I can't disagree.
And the only thing you can do is make another rematch of the winner of Lawler and Wonder Boy, that's just a rematch of going to be another rematch to whoever wins that. So really, Askren, I need to see some ads at your boy Tyron Woodley.
We're never going to see that.
Well, then what are you here for?
We're never going to see that.
You're undefeated. You how old is he now? He's 38,
37, 38.
Yeah. So
he might
what are you here for?
Well,
you're talking about a 165 division, fine. If it doesn't happen, what are you here for, bro?
Yeah, well,
all those years undefeated and your prime.
On another one, we'll talk about how this deal came to fruition. But I mean, yeah, you're right.
I think the best case scenario is Woodley versus Askren, and I think Dana White's gonna put the pressure on both.
Let's see it.
Not like them.
Woodley versus Askren. Let's see.
I think that's the spade he's gonna play to spite them both. He does not like either one.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Watch for the next video.
Thank you.